So it is a bit cool out here today, but Art has let me know that he's going to be running his sawmill. I want to go out and have a look at how that thing works and get some pictures of it. It should be interesting. So I've got just a little bit more work to do to the snowmobile. Just checking oil levels and belts and that kind of thing. And I think we'll take it for a run. The nice thing here that makes that possible is that the trail out to Art's sawmill is a groomed snowmobile trail. So it'll be very easy to get on it because the entrance to it is pretty much right across the road. And then we can see what it's like on a snowmobile. Should be fun. But first, I just need to finish getting the chainsaws back together and the chain all sharpened up and ready to go for the next time. So let's get that done and get the snowmobile ready to go. So look at all that debris you get out of there, and it only takes a couple of minutes, as you saw, to get it cleaned up. Worthwhile doing. Now this came out on the snowmobile today, and I put my old GoPro 4 on the front of the snowmobile, and we'll see what kind of a job it did of filming the trip out here. I don't have the stabilization that the GoPro 8 has got, so it might be a little bumpy, but still might be fun to look at. Well, I've come out to Art's sawmill and we're watching him cut some lumber up for a neighbor. This is some real nice hardwood that he's working on. I'll have to find out just what kind of wood it is. I'm not positive. But, we'll ask the owner. So there it is. The old dish is down. I've decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and start taking this thing apart. The Starlink system has been working very, very well, but as I have mentioned before, it isn't in an ideal spot, so I do have a little bit of blockage. So the plan was to take this system down and then use the mount from this system and move it over to my TV tower. So let's have a look at that. So my plan is to build a bracket that I can bolt onto the tower right here. So I've picked up some material to do that, and again, as a lot of things that I do, this is kind of a design as you go. So that will end up going way up here on the tower. So let's go have a look at our bracket and see if we can figure out how to make that. So the front of our mounting bracket we're going to make out of 1-inch square tubing. So let's sketch that in here. And we're going to make it about 2 inches wider than the frame out there that we're attaching everything to for the TV tower. So that's going to make this 13 inches long. So there's our square tubing, and our TV tower support legs go through behind this, right about here. So we need to put a couple of bolt holes inside of this for 5/16 bolts, and then we're going to put a couple more bolt holes here, also 5/16, that the frame or the support for the dish will bolt to. So that goes on the front, and then we have to have something to clamp it to, and what I have got is an 1.25 inch angle that will bolt to. So our angle doesn't need all of these holes. So there's our angle iron, and the only holes we need to put in it are these two. And those are what clamp everything together. So that should be pretty straightforward. We'll make 2 of these, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, there is our finished clamp. So the posts for the antenna stand will go through here and here, and then I'll tighten this up onto the posts, and then I've got these two bolts here that the bracket for the dish bolts up to. So that should work pretty well. So I've got some cold galvanizing spray paint that I will spray the brackets with first before putting it on, and then once it's on, I'll give it another really good heavy spray just to help minimize any rust that's going to get on. And I've been using these nylon insert nuts just to make sure that things don't unthread on me from vibration or anything like that. So what we'll do is we'll get everything pieced together, take it out there, and actually bolt it in place onto the tower just to see how rigid it's going to be, kind of thing, and make sure that it's going to work the way we want it to work. That is really good and solid. I'm very pleased with that. So I'm going to leave this extra sleeve on, and then of course the adapter for Dishie goes on top of this, which will even give me more height. So I don't need to make any extra brackets, which is good. I was thinking I might have to make a bracket here coming back, but boy, that's solid. When I pull on it, it's flexing everything here, and I have to pull pretty hard on it. So we're going to call our brackets done. What I'm going to do now is get the first coat of paint onto them. Then the next step is going to be getting this thing up much higher on the tower. One other quick note about this setup. This bracket that you see me using here, you can actually buy them on Amazon. So they're pretty easy to get a hold of. But if you're going to mount something this way, you need to make sure that your bracket is big enough so that when Dishie goes flat, it's not going to bump into your tower. So that's a precaution to watch out for, because the dish does lay flat when it's first setting up. So watch out for that. Make sure you've got room, and you'd be good to go. So there's the mount all set to go. It's actually ready to go on the tower now. So we're getting close. So as you saw from my earlier test there, right down low on the tower, it works very well. So it'll be nice and rigid. So that's all set. But weather is about to change on us, so the getting up onto the roof may get a little trickier again. So rather than risking breaking my neck, we're going to leave this thing for the time being and move on to other little jobs and adventures to do. So we will get back to this as soon as weather permits. So the next part of this is to actually install this stand on the TV tower and get Dishie in place. So we're getting close. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you out on the trails the next time.